Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Julie and I'm here to do my reaction video for Season 3, Episode 16 of The Fosters. This time the title of the episode is EQ. And yes, we are back. We are ready. We are excited to watch a new episode of The Fosters. Previous episode, well, we kind of figure out why, the birth father, the twins' birth father had that restraining order kind of thing, which was good because I was like extremely scared. And you know what? I do see the change in actors, but I feel like this storyline falls so well on the shoulders of this new actor that I am honestly not upset about. Well, I am someone who doesn't like change at all. So if I could have kept the guy who plays Jesus, I will have liked that. But I don't see that kid, I don't see the former Jesus playing this storyline. I think the guy that is playing this storyline now it's doing a really good job. So I'm really enjoying it, so yeah, I'm excited to see what else is gonna happen, and what is going to be about. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys like my reaction. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you love the Fosters. Subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. You can go to Patreon and watch the full uncut extended version for this reaction and so much more. So in case you guys want to check that out, link as always will be in the description down below. I hope you guys enjoy, hope you guys like it, and for now that's about it. Without further ado, let's just begin with Season 3 Episode 16 of The Fosters. Here we go.
Previously
yes.
on The Fosters.
What's up? Good looking.
What does that mean? What language was that? What does it say there? Is that German? I don't know, guys. I don't know what that is. I want to know what that means. How do I do it? How do I translate? Oh, copy. Yeah, what does he mean? Translate. Información del espectador. Oh, this episode deals with. Oh, we have. Okay, so it's a disclaimer. It says that the episode is about suicide. Okay, so it's a trigger warning in case you guys don't. Oh, that was good that I actually did that. Whew, because we have a trigger warning. That's. So you guys know, I know, everybody knows, because I didn't knew. Hello, Jesus.
Mariana, watch it, please.
Sorry, Mom. Emotional intelligence. What is an appropriate response to anger? A, beat someone up. B, start a fire. C, get drunk. D, express your feelings with words. Seriously?
For the kids in home teaching who don't have good parenting or a stable home, D is not necessarily the obvious choice, Mariana.
Well, that is true.
Check it out.
Oh my gosh. Wow, I love it.
Yeah, Matt designed it.
Well, it must have been hard with Zoe's tongue down his throat.
Hey, Matt's dating Zoe?
Yeah, and I find it very unprofessional if you ask me. I went on one date with him and it was a total disaster.
Why? What happened?
Well, Jesus happened.
Nothing, it was just boring.
Well, Brandon.
So, there's something I need to tell you, something you should know. AJ and I are kind of dating.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, I forgot my poster.
Okay, well, we're not fostering him, so I guess there's not an illegal issue if he stays here.
But as with any boyfriend in the house, we expect you to follow the rules. No hanging out behind closed doors.
Oh, of course not.
Thank you for telling us.
Yeah,
Is anyone home?
that's good.
I was gonna talk to you about AJ.
Oh yeah, why?
Because I was sure, what we're doing.
And it's fine. It's whatever. I mean, technically, there's something I haven't told you yet either. So.
What?
I'm seeing someone.
Do I know her?
No. She's older.
Older, okay.
Just a little. She's just not in high school.
They're always so awkward with each other. I just think that the fact that they have never had the chance to give their relationship a chance is why they are so hung up on each other, because there's always the question of what would have happened if I would have chosen Robert and I could have dated Brandon, and like, you know, there are other options, I think, you know, that could have led to them not being siblings, you know. So there is that question of like what could have been, you know. So that's why I believe that they are so hung up on the idea of each other, and honestly, because, you know, their relationship didn't start it as them thinking of like their siblings. They had a crush on each other, you know, and like that evolved, and there's feelings that honestly they haven't really talked about, you know, and they want to be together, but they can't legally, morally, they just can't, you know. So that's why it's so difficult for them to move on, in my opinion.
That guy was hitting on you. What was I supposed to do?
Nothing.
Yeah.
You were supposed to do nothing. You know what your problem is? You have no emotional intelligence.
What does that mean?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the point.
We've got that left over since Sally got all the materials donated.
Yes, Sally got everything donated. How's that going anyway?
What, you being mad?
I think everything's a go to start planting this weekend.
Great.
But I'm keeping my distance so there won't be any perception of impropriety.
Why is Lena like acting so like high and mighty? I understand the conflict of interest, kinda, and like, you know, she has said it, but like, is it that difficult? Is that so bad?
I was gonna wait to talk to you about this till I had a little more information, but we might have a problem.
With what?
Some students have expressed concerns about the play itself.
Why?
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. They don't think it's appropriate.
Oh, well, yeah. I can understand. At the end of the day, I mean, it's not as romantic as you think. They die.
Yep. Tron is kind of mathematical when you break it down.
It's so, he's so cute.
It's all geometry and perspective. And then there's this thing called the golden ratio that just helps out with proportion.
Look at that. Aren't you talented? I love that.
You are not just a work of art, Callie. You are a mathematical equation, which I have yet to solve.
And I don't think you're gonna solve it anytime
Seriously,
soon.
That was like the worst line I've ever heard.
No, I think it was really sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be in the garage.
Yeah. Brandon always looks like he's in pain, doesn't he? Like he has a
So, like,
face, his face is
told
always in
my
pain.
moms that we're, you know, whatever we are, just so, you know, it wasn't like we were
Hiding.
like hiding something from them.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything to hide.
Inappropriate? How is R&J inappropriate?
Some students feel like it could be a trigger for teen suicide, and we have to be sensitive to that.
A trigger? Really? Are you kidding me? It's Shakespeare. I mean, it's not like he's endorsing suicide. It's called tragedy for a reason.
I agree, and I'm gonna fight it.
Good. I mean, you realize this is my senior project. Like, if this doesn't happen, I can't graduate.
I know. I'm not gonna let that happen. I just wanted you to know what's going on.
I mean, who is it? Who are these students?
Brandon, you know I can't tell you that. Listen to me. I don't want you taking matters into your own hands, all right? Let me handle it.
So the purpose of this exercise is to
You know
use the
what?
letters of your name and write.
You know what I think? I mean, I know it's Shakespeare and all, but it's not like they are promoting anything, you know? But maybe you can give it an approach, you know, that will let people talk about the dangers of it, because you can't ignore it. I mean, it's Shakespeare, I get it, but still, you can't ignore it.
So the purpose of this exercise is to use the letters of your name and write something that you think is a positive trait about yourself. So the first letter in my name is S, so I'm gonna write strong. I'm strong. The second letter is a T. Can anyone think of a positive trait that we could use starting with the letter T?
Tits. Oh my god. I am as immature as anyone else. Oh my god. I just realized what I just said. Oh my god. Am I oh my god. I was just thinking of boobs and I didn't remember. Oh my god. I am the worst person in the planet. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I forgot about Steph and what she's going through. That was really insensitive of me. I was just being gay because like and I like boobies and like I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I am the most terrible person in the planet. I'm so sorry.
Can you identify the emotion that you're feeling right now then?
Yeah. I'm mad.
Okay, great. So when you're disappointed, you get mad. Is that fair to say? Okay, so then what would be an appropriate response to this situation?
She's about to explode. Okay, he's just...
Okay, get out.
The judge ordered
He is just, trying to push her to her limit.
me to be here. You can't just kick me out.
Try me.
Okay, lady. But this one's on you.
Okay.
Who can we go to?
Absolutely.
No.
If you'd rather be in juvie than here, feel free. Anybody else want to join him?
Okay, if you put it that way.
If schools start putting trigger warnings... Ooh, another portrait? Someone's in love.
We are not in love.
Maybe you aren't. So tell me, is it weird knowing that AJ's sleeping in the next room?
No.
In his boxers?
Oh, come on.
Seriously.
I love it. They're so
You
playful.
can resist sneaking into his room later? Do I have to get a restraining order? You know my mom's a cop.
Yeah, which is why I've been trying to call you.
Oh.
He's pretty loaded.
Oh.
You're drunk?
No.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh,
Just don't. Just go. Get out of here before I do go get my mom.
I don't think... Well, he didn't do it.
Okay, now how the hell are we gonna get him upstairs?
Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, I feel even worse about what I said. But, like, I swear to God, I meant it as, like, I'm gay and, like... The joke was right there, but I should have been more sensitive and,
Hey, do you have a second to talk?
Sure.
Okay, good, because I need your advice on something.
Okay, what is it?
It's about... Do you remember when I dyed my hair blonde?
What the hell are you feeding this guy?
Oh, look at him.
Can you please stay focused? And you ask us to talk to you, and then you
Yeah.
just get all distracted. And there's just been so many famous blonde Juliettes.
I can't believe you actually got him to bed.
For doing this, I know you could get in trouble.
Yeah, we all could.
Oh my god. She was totally checking him
I
out.
guess Romeo doesn't really care if Juliet's a blonde or a brunette.
I just wanted to say good night.
Good night, sweetheart.
Love.
Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna stay a brunette for you. Thanks for the advice.
That was close.
You gotta love Mariana, you know. You gotta love freaking Mariana, man.
Hey, Callie, this is Chloe, Rita's daughter. My mom changed her number again. She won't take my calls. So, can you tell her goodbye for me? That I forgive her, and I'm sorry.
Wait, what the
I don't know
hell?
what's gonna happen to me, but maybe we'd both be better off if I wasn't around anymore.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Since when do you knock?
No, I know. I didn't want to barge in, but you never got back to me about Chloe.
I texted you.
Yeah, but did you call her back?
No, I didn't call her, but I'm sure she's fine. I mean, as fine as she can be.
How do you know that? It sounded like she really might hurt herself or something.
Yeah.
Do you want to come in?
What is happening?
The first time I got a message like that from Chloe, I dropped everything and ran to wherever it was that she was living at the time.
This is a tricky thing. It's a very tricky thing.
When Chloe's on her meds, she starts feeling better. When she starts feeling better, she decides to stop her meds. And when she stops her meds, she doesn't realize just how sick she actually is. I'm really sorry for the position she put you in, having you reach out to me. But trust me, she is not going to kill herself.
You know, I fully understand due to her history with her daughter. You know, and when you deal with someone that deals with that often, you know, when they're on and off their medication, it's very difficult. I haven't gotten to the point where Rita is, where I'm just gonna be like, they're not actually gonna do it, you know, because I will feel extremely guilty if something actually did happen and it was in my power to stop it. My situation is different from the perspective of, you know, my mom who suffers from depression. She's not, I believe, maybe I am part of the problem, maybe I'm enabling, you know, sometimes this type of things are very, you know, codependent. I really don't know. But, you know, she never asks for anything in return, in the sense of like, she's not asking me for money. Really, when she is at her lowest and she is, you know, thinking of that and sometimes even trying, all she needs is someone to talk to. And look, it can be exhausting, because it is exhausting for the person that has to be there trying to carrying that, you know, out. It's very difficult. It's very draining. But that's all she asks from me, you know. She doesn't have any drug problems or anything like that. So, you know, I'm not enabling her any type of addiction or anything like that. You know, I'm just trying to help her out of the hole, you know. But it's very draining, because I also have mental issues with my anxiety, my OCD. I have battled also with suicidal thoughts, and a lot of like PTSD, and like, you know, it hasn't been easy either for me. And sometimes I'm like, I can keep pushing, you know, I can't keep, like, if I can keep myself up, how is it that I'm supposed to keep her up as well, you know? And it's mentally and physically draining. But I just do it. I just don't, for me, just, I don't have any other way. My brain doesn't go any other direction. Like, I will die trying to help her out. Same thing goes with Josh. I will die trying to help him out. You know? I don't think I will ever get to the point where Rita is. Maybe if it's in a different situation, with a family member that has an addiction, then I will understand the fact that I don't want to enable that addiction. But is it the same thing when the person suffers from depression and they are off? Because my mom also, sometimes when she feels better, she goes off her meds, but she doesn't ask me for a check or anything like that. She just wants me to listen and wants to, like, sometimes she doesn't want to talk, but I just sit there, and sometimes it feels like, you know, just her knowing that I'm there helps her. So I don't know if I will get to that point, to be honest.
And nothing is going to change until she changes.
Can't you just talk to her without giving her money?
I have tried.
So what, you just stop trying? She's your daughter, aren't you? I didn't come here to argue this again.
Why did you come here?
Because I thought that since Chloe's dad killed himself, that maybe you wouldn't want to take any chances.
I don't know. I think Callie's heart is in the right place. You know, I think I will react the same way.
Last summer, my best friend's sister hung herself after her boyfriend broke up with her. Suicide is a real tragedy, Brandon, not just some dumb way to end a play. And don't think this is over just because you ripped up a piece of paper, okay? There's a lot more where that came from.
She has a point. She does have a point.
You still smell like a frat house. Jesus told me that you weren't drinking with him, that he just called you to get a ride home, so I'm sorry I bit your head off.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I was upset at first, but I was able to stay present and factor my emotional memory into my decision-making process, at which point I realized my being defensive is why you refused to forgive me for the other night. But what I should have done was apologize for scaring you by driving too fast, beg your forgiveness.
He read about emotionally.
And ask for another chance.
Emotional.
I looked up emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm trying to positively resolve this conflict through the use of humor and accountability.
Look, I feel really bad. I don't know what I can do.
She's gonna
Did you
ask
talk to my mom? Yeah. Did she care?
Yeah, I'm sure she cares. I think she's just
Cold, selfish bitch.
Oh, I think it's just hard for her. You know, she said that you left messages like this before.
She's a liar. How could I leave her a message if I don't even have her number? If I call Girls United, she refuses to talk to me. I mean, what kind of mom won't even talk to her daughter? She could care less if I ended up on the street.
Well,
Or dead.
at the end of the day, she is an adult responsible for her actions, you know. She can't expect, I guess. Oh my god, I hate talking about this.
Do you think maybe you could, like,
See?
loan me some money? I mean, anything would help and I'll pay you back, I swear.
See? It is like she said.
How's your day, my love?
Oh, make it a double, please.
Oh, trust me, it already is.
You guys are about to drink pure water.
It's been watered down.
Yeah.
You don't think
Oh my god, the kids are watering down the vodka. Wait, you think my mother was sneaking liquor? That's weird. That's a good point. Maybe it was my mother.
I'll get it.
But you guys need to figure it out, you know?
You showed up at my work site like this.
Oh, okay, we figured it out.
He keeps showing up at the site like this. I'm gonna have to find another job, and this one was hard enough for me to get.
We're very sorry. I'm sure it's tough.
Right, but this list, it's a life sentence. I'm not some creep who goes around and messes with kids.
And that's the first thing
I've
I
been
thought.
out 10 years, and I haven't gotten into any trouble. So you have got to keep your son away from me.
Your birth father doesn't want a relationship with you or with your sister. Okay? And that sucks. But that's the way it is. Life's a bitch sometimes. And on that note, you're grounded indefinitely.
Mom's been through a lot lately. I know you know that. But she's right. You need to stay away from Gabe. And you need to shape up.
I mean, once things calm down, we need to ask him why he keeps doing this. Oh, I wanna hug him! Can you hug him? Oh.
In Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare romanticizes suicide as a way for two teenagers in love to be together forever, in eternity. Romeo toasts, "Here's to my love," as he drinks the poison that kills him, the poison that Juliet calls friendly drops when she tries to kiss him off his lips, but instead uses a happy dagger to end her life. How is this idealization of love and death a good message to send teenagers? Thank you. Brandon?
She has a few good points, by the way.
And this suicide pact at the end, it's not portrayed as this ultimate act of true love. It's portrayed as a tragic act taken by two screwed up kids who dismiss the value of their lives.
Well, yes.
Which is why the last line in the play isn't they killed themselves and lived happily ever after. No. It's for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
True. Good argument.
Those in favor of staging Romeo and Juliet, raise your hands. Okay. And against?
Okay, there we go. It was a fair fight. Look, this is democracy, you know? It is democracy at the end of the day.
You know what? Go get ready before I kick your ass, and don't think that I won't.
Oh my god.
What is going on?
They've not been able to find a replacement teacher for me, so I'm taking our little hoodlum with me to class tonight so that he can see what his future is if he doesn't straighten himself out.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you are being way too hard on him. Telling him that his birth father doesn't want anything to do with him? Telling him that life's a bitch?
Yeah, well, that's reality.
His or yours?
Oh!
I realize you're having a rough time with the mastectomy, with having to ride a desk at work, but Jesus is not the only one who's not responding appropriately. That's not coming from a critical place, it's coming from a place of tough love.
No, I don't agree. See, I don't agree. Yes, I understand the entire let's talk about your feelings point of view. But if my kid starts drinking, you know, and doing all of the things that Jesus is doing, I will grant his sorry ass as well. And I will drag him to a class. I will do that. And like the fact that she's saying, "Hey, tough it," like it's life's a bitch. He's gonna learn it one way or the other. You know, and could she tone it down? Maybe. But just to say, you know what, I'm gonna give you the tough love because, you know, you have issues too. You're not responding well. What is it that she's not responding well to? Just because she is, you know, being harsh on Jesus? That's it? Because other than that, what else has she done? I am sorry. I don't want to take any sides on this story. Because I usually, like, this is wonderful to me because I usually am on Lena's side. But right now I'm like, Steph? But like, other than like the fact that she's like, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass, okay, maybe a little bit too far. She's not actually gonna do it, so I'm like, it's just an empty thread. But other than that, I'm like, she wants to discipline her kid, you know? I don't know.
Hey, you should sing something from your play.
From R&J?
For real. I want to hear you sing.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Honestly, give her a Grammy.
What?
My child is so
You
talented.
do the whole play here.
Are you serious?
I mean, I know my dad will say yes. It's one of the perks of being, kind of spoiled.
Oh my god, you're totally my hero.
Oh, that's sweet. That's exactly what he wanted. They're cute. They're cute. I don't know. I'm very protective of Mariana, by the way.
Callie? Callie, are you there? This is Chloe. I did something bad. Say goodbye for me.
Release me. I know that all of you have had something bad happen to you. And you've been hurt, disappointed, and angry. And you probably haven't reacted in the smartest of ways. But that's why we're all here, all of us, to help each other become more self-aware and learn to express ourselves in healthier ways. So when Javier suggested that I write tits on the board as one of my positive attributes, how could I have reacted better?
With humor?
Absolutely, I could have made a joke.
You could have told me I hurt your feelings.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Javier.
I could have.
Yeah.
Thank you, Javier.
That's true.
I never thought she'd actually do it.
I know.
You were right, Cal. You know, I should have listened to you. I should have taken her threats more seriously.
I get why you didn't. After hearing her cry wolf so many times.
Wait, is she?
I'm really sorry that you were involved in all this, really. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for what I said to you.
Wait, she did?
Thank God she's gonna be okay.
Oh, okay. You scared the shit out of me. Feel bad for them.
Don't worry, we're doing it off campus. And you don't have to come.
Come on, Brandon, don't be insensitive. She gave you the reason why she wasn't doing the play.
Can I talk to you?
Yes.
I... sorry, I don't know, it's really hard for me to say this.
It's okay.
Monte kissed me.
Okay, we're about to slap a bitch. We're about to slap a bitch. We about to slap a bitch. That's all. That's the only thing we can do. Okay, guys, that was the end of season 3, episode 16 of The Fosters, and let's start with that ending. Okay, this episode was extremely heavy. Extremely dealing with a lot of really difficult and very important things to talk about. Okay, but that ending, you know, I want to strangle Monte, you know, because she's a fucking creep. Okay, I don't need to hear the whole story. It's enough with what Sally just said. Okay, why? Because, okay, I like a child. I believe in believing victims, you know, and if someone comes to me and says that, of course, I'm gonna ask this young girl later to, you know, say everything that she has to say, but I'm not gonna doubt her at any moment. She says Monte kissed her. I believe Monte kissed her. Okay? And I believe that Monte deserves to be arrested for what she has just done. And put on that sex offender list. And we need to do that. Okay? And like, when Monte... Okay, hear me out. When Monte was... helping the girl out, I thought, maybe Monte's banging the mom. That was my initial thought. I don't think that I said it, but I was like, maybe they're going to go down that path where maybe Monty's dating the mom, and that's why the girl is getting some privilege. You know, same way that since Jesus is related to Lena, that's why he got to be in the school, even though there's a waiting list. You know, I thought that's where they're going. Little did I know that Monty was a fucking predator. Okay, I can't, I honestly, I can't understand. Of course I need to know more. But the girl just came into the office crying, and she just said that. Immediately, I am going to believe her. You know? Oh my God. Oh, just when you think things couldn't get worse, this happens. You know, I already wasn't a big fan of Monty. God damn it. Okay. We're gonna have to deal with that on the next few episodes, which is just terrifying, to be honest. But hopefully Lena can provide, and the school and the system can provide a safe environment for this young girl that could, you know, have therapy and things like that to overcome what just happened. I'm so glad that if something, you know, if like when this happened, she had the chance to immediately go to Lena. I'm glad that she believes that she has a safe space there. You know, hopefully it hasn't been a long time since that happened, just because I don't want her to deal with this alone. You know what I mean? But whatever time has had happened since the moment that Monty kissed her to right now, you know, I think that that's really not important. But I'm glad that she feels that she has a safe space there with Lena. You know, I'm glad that she has that. Anyway, so not anyways as like we're gonna dismiss that. It's just that story is just getting started, and we're gonna get to talk about it more once we find out more details. But immediately I'm with this girl, and like I really want to choke Monty, you know. Anyway, so moving on to to different subjects on the episode. The episode very much dealt with suicide. You know, with suicide, not only on how a person, what goes through a person's head to do something like this, but also what happens with the people around them. You know? So I think it's extremely important that they did that. Now, does Romeo and Juliet romanticize suicide? I mean, the thing is that sometimes, you know, a lot of reference are made to Romeo and Juliet when there are impossible loves, you know, when there's an impossible love story, or where they come from, you know, different, you know, I don't know, different parts of the world, different cultures, different whatever, you know, you bring up Romeo and Juliet. But oftentimes we end the conversation about it on the fact that they were from opposite sides and then they were in love. Rarely they go into the whole, yeah, but actually Romeo and Juliet killed themselves, you know? And yes, well, you might not feel that is romanticizing suicide. It's very important that in this time and age, you make it clear that that's not what you intended. Look, this is a piece of literally, no, that's not how you pronounce it. I don't know. It's a classic. It's a classic. It's Shakespeare. I understand that. But that doesn't mean that when it was written, that wasn't romantic, You know what I mean? And you can, just ignore the people behind it, the people that will read it and will not grasp the bigger picture. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's okay to ban the play, to not have it play, because at the end of the day, the kids are going to see it. They're going to know about it. They're going to read about it. They're going to study it. And it's not okay to be banning books. But I think that just like Brandon said, giving it an end, or maybe opening with, hey, there is help. Like this entire episode, for instance, you can take it with the fact that, Brandon and Callie's story is kind of like, the impossible love that Romeo and Juliet have. But this episode specifically opens up with a trigger warning, And probably if we got to see it, they probably even share links for suicide helplines and things like that, because you cannot ignore it. Like, not anymore. You don't live in a bubble. You don't write a book. You don't, write a script or play an episode for just a one person or two. It goes everywhere, and you need to be clear with your message. So I think where the whole counseling thing failed, it wasn't, in my opinion, to say yes or no to the play. It was about to say yes, because this is a piece of this is a classic, but let it have a different message. Of course, everything happens exactly like it happens in the book, of course. But at the end, you give kids the chance to be like, hey, but by the way, what they did was not okay, and there are ways for you to deal with your emotions, and there's help out there. There are people that you can reach out, and you know what I mean? I think that by combining the two, I think it could have been better, because Sally was saying things that were extremely valuable and extremely valid, because she was like, my sister's best friend killed herself because she broke up with her boyfriend. So we don't need to glorify. So she had a really important thing happen to her that probably really did some damage on her. And she was like, and I did not like the attitude on Brandon when he was like, oh, what are you talking about? This is Shakespeare. Like, your experience is not valid. Like, no one is gonna read or watch the play and think that they need to kill. Some people will, and we need to be aware of that, and we need to be cautious about it, and I think that that's where the whole counseling, whether if they were deciding to have it on campus, off campus, or like whatever, it should have been more about like, yes, this is a play we're doing, but this is also the help we're giving, because kids need to know that as much as this play is, part of history and is a classic, they need to understand that it's not something you must follow, and be extremely clear about it, So I think that that's where it kind of lost me, and I did not appreciate Brandon's attitude. I mean, this entire episode was about how all the characters, their emotional intelligence, and it was challenging for all of them. It was challenging for Brandon to, see Callie with AJ, find out that she's dating AJ, even though he's doing his own thing, but it's difficult for him. And like the way that he's doing this play is kind of to try to move on from Callie, and you know, having people telling him that his work is not valuable and like it shouldn't happen. I understand, you know, but there could have been better ways for him to express his disappointment on all of this. Then you have what happened with Callie and Rita. And like I was saying during the reaction, you know, for me, I don't think I could get to the point where Rita was, where she was like, she's never gonna kill herself. I think that every threat needs to be taken seriously, you know, because yes, she can be crying wolf for a while. I understand that, you know, she can be doing that. But what if she's not? There could be one day where that person really is not, where that person really thinks, okay, after many tries and this person was with me the entire time, they got tired of me and that's it, I blew it, there is no one else, you know, and they do it. Now, there's also very toxic, you know, part of it, whereas the person crying wolf, you know, for a long time and manipulating the other person who feels responsible for their lives, and you are not responsible for their lives, you know, and it is okay to set some boundary and tell them, you know what, I need to remove myself, we need to do the healthy thing. And if they don't follow, really, they, you know, at the end of the day, maybe they are adults and like they have to handle their own lives at some point, and it's understandable, you know. But I do believe that every threat should be taken serious, you know. I honestly believe that like for me, it is challenging living with someone who suffers from depression, because it's not always, you know, the signs are not always the, you know, I want to do this. Sometimes it comes with aggression, it comes with verbal abuse as well. And you know, I wouldn't judge anyone. I wouldn't judge Rita, you know, for instance, on this episode. I wouldn't judge her for not taking serious her daughter's cries for help. You know, I honestly, I understand why she wanted to remove herself from this situation, you know. And it is okay. And it's something that I don't think we normalize. And it is something that I, you know, even though I say it, you know, I'm not gonna do it. It's bad, you know, because I am in this circle, kinda, you know, vicious cycle of my mom needs help and I'm there for her, and then I end up carrying her, and then no one is really there for me, and it goes back again and goes, you know. But I honestly, I don't find myself doing anything else, because, you know, if she tells me, you know, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be there, no matter what, no matter how many times, you know. Is it toxic from my part? I probably, right? But I don't think I could stop, you know. Mostly because, and that is the thing that I don't know what episode I was talking about. Oh, I think it was Killing Eve, I think. Where is the enabling this, not enabling, but like, or the fact that you have this guilt. I was talking about, I've been raised Catholic, you know, and even though part of me, you know, has grown out of it and all of that, there's still a lot of parts of me where I can't shake it off. One of those parts is the fact that I how can you say it? I still feel that guilt. My mom is really good at making me feel guilty about things that I shouldn't be feeling guilty, which is something that I have definitely not passed on to Josh. I love that he's very independent of his of the way of thinking. That I can't really, guilt trip him into doing anything. I can't. And that I in my opinion, I think that's good, because he knows that, if he doesn't want to do something, he's not gonna do it, even if you are like, oh please, I'm your mother and things like that. For me, it's different, because like whenever I don't want to do anything, my mom is really good at guilt tripping me into doing the things that or saying things that I don't want to, and honestly, it might be it might be toxic, the way that I'm behaving, the way that my brain is wired, in the sense of like I wouldn't be able to say no to my mom if she needs my help, and sometimes even at the cost of my own mental health, but that feeling is just so engraved in my mind that I can't go the other way. I can't. I really can't. Like, it's not even a thought in me, I like to believe that my situation with my mother is completely different from Rita and her daughter. Like I said, my mom is not asking me for checks, but maybe she's taking something different that if I'm being honest, I am not able to recognize at the moment, but yeah, it's honestly, this has been a really, really good episode where you are able to talk about all these things, but in my mind, kinda, I do understand that that point of where that you need to remove yourself from a toxic relationship, and yes, like for instance, things with Callie and Rita's daughter could have gone for a long time, because Callie might have been like, okay, maybe she's asking me just for this one time for the money, and like continue going down to a point where she will feel guilty if something actually really happened to her, and that is not good. And like at any point, Callie could have walked out. This time it happened, and it seems like it gave her, Chloe, I think is her name, a wake-up call of like, you were actually about to die, and I think it's good that it can lead to something better for Rita and her, but ultimately, be mindful of yourself and taking care of yourself first is not a bad thing. And this is coming from someone who's sitting here and telling you this, but actually is not going to practice it, which is bad. I know it's bad. It's bad. Okay. God knows that I have so many things to shake off, I guess, that I sometimes don't think I'm going to be able to do it, If you have watched Encanto, I'm pretty much, what is her name, Luisa, but without the part where she finally understands that not everything is on her. So I'm mid Encanto where Luisa's eyes is twitching. I'm still in that loop. I haven't reached the end, which is sad if you actually think about it. And I'm laughing because emotionally, emotional intelligence makes me, make a joke about it, But I'm like literally 24/7 Luisa when she's like her eyes twitching. at all fucking times. Literally twitching because my eye twitches at night, you know, because I am like, okay, I have to do like this and that tomorrow, and like I have to do. Anyways, what was happening with Jesus, it made me feel terrible. And kudos to the actor for, like, I actually called him my child, even though I know him for like 2 episodes. Him, you know, him as Jesus. I'm feeling it for him. I don't know if emotionally I could have done the same thing with the other Jesus, other than the fact that maybe since I knew him for like longer, I might have been doing that. But this kid, you know, he's really good. He's really good at what he's doing. Like, emotionally, I connected that. His puppy face when he was like kind of crying, sitting there talking to his moms, it was like I wanted to hug him and protect him. So, and kudos to the actor for actually making me feel emotional for Jesus. He's taking on a role that had an actor for 2.5 seasons. And he's making the character his own. It's a very tricky thing, because the audience could completely reject him. But I, as an audience, actually love him. So, yeah. Anyways, what else was I gonna say? Steph, I don't think she was doing anything wrong. She was disciplining her kid. Granted, the threat of, like, I'm about to kick your ass. Granted, that was a little bit too much. But Lena just saying, well, you're actually angry. I am, but up until that point, she has not been angry at the house. She's been angry everywhere else, maybe. But she has been extremely sweet, I think, and, like, calm with everything that has happened to her. You know? So, I don't know. I think Lena could have been a little bit more understanding. And, like, this is so weird to me because for the past season, I think, I am more Team Steph than I am Team Lena. When, if you go back to my reactions, I have always been more Team Lena than I'm Team Steph. Which is weird. I don't know. Things are changing, I guess. Who knows? But anyways, what else was I saying? Oh, yeah. The tough love kind of thing. You know, I will be like that as well, kinda. You know, I'm a very difficult person, I think. Because I am all for the tough love kind of thing with my son as well. You know? But then I go in like, I'm like, oh, because I do that. He hates it. Especially now that he's a teenager. He reminded me the other day that he's 4 years away for turning into an adult. Legally here in my country, at 18, you can drink, you can drive, you can do whatever you want at 18 because you are officially an adult. Even from 17, you already are allowed to drink and things like that, I think. I mean, I believe that you're gonna drink whenever you want to, whether if you're of legal age or not. But he reminded me that. And I was like, he's a lot closer to adulthood than he is to childhood. And time is not going to go back, you know? So, it's difficult for me. Because he's my baby, you know? And I was, like, trying to... And for someone like Josh that is, like, he's not very good with abstract thinking, you know? He's not, like, you know, like, sayings and, like, things that are not little for him are difficult for him to understand, you know? So the whole thought of, like, you might not be a baby because you are a teenager, but for mommy, you will always be a baby. He can't grasp that. He's like, when are you going to understand that I'm no longer a baby? Don't you see that I'm taller than you? And I'm like, yes, but you're still my baby. But he doesn't understand that. So I have to tell him, you're a teenager now. And, like, I have to respect that. So I say it. But in my mind, he's still my baby, you know. But yeah, what was I saying? What was I going with that? That I am very, you know, and especially now that he's growing, with telling him the truth about things. You know, if things are going well, I tell him things are going well. If things are not going well, I'm not going to keep hiding things from him. So I tell him, you know, more recently, you know, a year ago or so, no, less than a year ago, things happen, you know, with his dad, and like he's no longer in Josh's life anymore. And I had to be honest with him for the first time after, you know, his entire life, where I have to, like, wrongly so, you know, every time his dad made a mistake, I kind of excuse him for his behavior. But I felt like it was not fair for him, it was not fair for me, it was not fair for anyone, that I kept lying to him. So I kind of like just, you know what, this is what's going on, this is what happened, this is what he did. I'm not exaggerating anything. And he also knew, and he also like saw the things and, you know, understood. And, you know, there are things that I can no longer protect him from, you know, so I had to tell him the truth. And honestly, he's surprising me by being extremely understanding of what was happening, and you know, formulated his own thought about the issue and acted upon it, you know. And I respected him for that. And I think that Steph is kind of trying to do that as well. But if your kid's misbehaving, drinking alcohol, getting drunk, doing everything that he's not supposed to, you know, the tough love might be the first thing that comes to mind. You know, the whole thing of like, you know, oh, we're gonna talk about it. And just like, because it might feel like you're giving him more of like, okay, maybe what you're doing is right. Maybe you need to do it for a while. Maybe you need to drink for a while. You know what I mean? So she's trying to be like more like stern. And sometimes, let's be real, with parenthood, honestly, it comes down to whoever the person is, you know, whoever the child is and their personality, because you can be as understanding of a father or parent, you know, and like give them all the tools and talk to them and never raise your voice and, you know, do the grounding and things like that, and you can do everything by the book, yet they still can fuck things up, because at the end of the day, they are humans as well, and we fuck things up sometimes. You can be like strict, you know, to the point of like it feels like you're in the military, and they can still fuck things up. So one way or the other, or even if you do a combination of both, at the end of the day, all you can do is give them your best, you know. Because how it will turn out, it will be their decision. They can be raised in the most wonderful home with no need of anything. They can still fuck up, you know? So honestly, I can't judge Lena, and I can't judge Steph at the end of the day. You know, they're parents, and as a parent, they're doing what they believe is the best, and at the end of the day, that's all you can do. Anyways, Nick and Mariana, I am gonna keep my eye, this one, on Nick, because I don't know if I fully trust him, but he did give one good step into the right direction, because he read about emotional intelligence and he actually listened to Mariana and he actually tried to do something good. So 1 point to him. He was good. But I want to know more about him. At least he has won that from me. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep, like I said, this eye on him. Or was it this eye? I'm gonna keep one of these eyes on him. You know what I mean? AJ is sweet and smart and extremely cute. I really like him. And I honestly want to see him in this new chapter of his life. You know, with Callie or without Callie. I really want to see him. because he's talented and he's smart and he is, you know, loyal, and he's good, man. You know, so I really, 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 really like AJ. Really. So, yeah. Anyways, I have no freaking clue on when you guys are gonna be able to watch this, because as I'm recording this, I am uploading a reaction that took 3 hours for me to upload, yet at the last 15 seconds, it was 15 seconds for the upload to finish, it shut down. The internet fell down because I am still using my neighbor's internet with 10 amazing megabytes of internet, and it fucking sucks. I am used to, I have half of a gigabyte of internet speed. So for me, the videos upload in like the 6 different sites that I upload them on Patreon, and they upload each on like between 3 and 5 minutes. That's it. It doesn't take more. You know? YouTube, it uploads like this. Today, YouTube, it uploaded in 4 hours. Wonderful. So, yeah, I'm still struggling, but luckily I have been able to hire or contract. I made a contract with 2 companies, so there's absolutely no fucking way that I'm gonna lose internet again. Because if I don't have one internet, I don't think all 3 companies are gonna go out of internet, you know, at the same time, right? If that happens, someone come to my country and shoot me. Oh my God, like actually kill me. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy my reaction. We can continue the conversation in the comment section down below. You guys are amazing. I hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Continue supporting for more. Give a lot of thumbs up, a lot of hearts, a lot of love. And that's it. Next episode, we are riling up because we are going to fucking murder Monte. Stay tuned for that. Anyways, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you next time. Mwah! Bye!